out, or $1 off 2 bags of Hearty Cube or Hearty Cube Red Out at Salt. Get it for your softener. Hearty Cube is the best.
Or put it on your driveway.
Or put it on your driveway. If you want to spend that kind of money, that's fine. 248-437-0600. Let's take a call from Alex in Plymouth, who wants to talk about the progressive universities. Welcome to the show, Alex.
Hi, Gary. Hi, Ed. I just didn't want to talk about the universities, which you already brought up. But it's also, you have the propaganda starting in the public school systems, and that has to be addressed too. I know why we want schools of choice, so parents can sort of bypass the propaganda in the public schools, but it's got to be addressed because it's in the media, in the primary schools, and then in the universities, they're getting the same message. They're not getting a constitutional America First message, and obviously it shows up at the polls like we had on Election Day.
Yeah. Well, you know what, Alex? This is one of the easiest positions to win. If you feel like you want to go into politics, school boards are easy to win. Doesn't take a lot of money, takes a little door knocking, takes a few advertisements in your community newspaper, and you can win a school board seat. And I'm going to tell everyone out there, if you're a conservative, get yourself a voting block or a group, a slate of candidates, and go after that school board. Take the school boards over, get those liberals out of there, and you can change the curriculum if you run the school board. You can get in there, you can fix it, you can fight with the state, you can put in those classes that you need to. Go back to a nice civics class. Why don't we have good civics classes anymore in school?
Because we don't want people to know what the government's supposed to be like.
And they want to erase our history. Yeah. And they want to erase your power. And that's what's going on. So, doggone it, folks, if you want to make a difference, start in your own backyard, take over your school board by getting a slate of conservative candidates for the school board and win those seats.
I'm ashamed that when I voted this week that I didn't know anybody on the school board that was running. I did not vote for one of them because I didn't know about any of them.
Yeah.
And I should have.
Well, Ed, I voted against a couple of candidates that I didn't like, and I think it worked out pretty good. One last thing, I'd like to do a little shout out to Joe Leonard, who always calls in the show. He's got a little Fund Me page on Facebook, and if anybody who knows Joe or his commentary would like to help, go visit him.
Yeah. All right. Great. All right. Let's take a thanks, Alex. Appreciate the call.
Thank you.
Let's take a call from Walter in Ypsilanti. Hey, Walter, how are you?
All right, man. Hey, what a disappointment, huh?
Well, don't be too disappointed. I run that way too, Walter, but you can't let it get you down. What do you got?
Oh no, it ain't gonna stop. It ain't gonna get me down. But look, I got an observation.
Okay.
On one of the reasons Mr. James lost.
Go ahead.
How many times have I heard on black radio stations, not quite black, but a lot of black callers calling in. And I think, by the way, some of them secretly voted for him. They didn't want to broadcast it, but how many of them did I heard say continuously, I would have voted for him, but I never knew what his message was about. And secondly, I can't vote for him because he's a buddy of Donald Trump. And I'll tell you what, him talking about his record as a military person, you guys know that we're for that. We hold him in high esteem, but the average person, especially on the black stations, didn't want to hear nothing about his military, especially when it has something to do with Iraq.
Yeah, well, I think what it comes down to, Walter, is simply this. In Washtenaw County, in Wayne County, Oakland and Macomb, he didn't spend enough time, period. And he spent, I see him a lot on the outstate areas where he didn't need to really be campaigning. Because you know what? They vote Republican anyways. He should have been concentrating in Metro Detroit, Flint, Ann Arbor area to try and pick up that extra percentage he needed.
Instead of fundraising in New York City.
Yeah, I mean, he lost by, 400,000 votes at the end there? That's a lot. That means you did not have name recognition. He should have been all over the billboards in Detroit. He should have been all over Channel 2, 4, and 7 in Detroit, and I didn't see it. I just didn't see it.
Well, he thought he was going to win by talking about his military experience. The average person don't care nothing about no military in the Democrat Party.
Yeah,
I think you're absolutely right.
That don't even doesn't even compute with them, and they can care less. because we know the Democrats hate the military anyway. Their leaders, that is.
Yeah.
All his advertising focused on him and his pilot gear instead of his business gear. You're right. All right, we'll talk to you later, Walter.
Great, Walter. I appreciate the call. We got to get to another call here. Have a good one.
Later.
And let's talk to Jasmine from Chicago. Welcome to the show, Jasmine.
Hey, guys.
Hi.
What do you got? What's going on out there?
Oh, I've got lots of things, but the stuff I want to talk about, first of all, what do you guys think about this very unsettling story I saw on online about Jeff Flake thinking he can run against Trump?
That guy's delusional. You know, it's just
He's the man that is most appropriately named for his own behavior. Jeff Flake. He is a flake. This guy is not a... People want to say he's conservative.
Beto O'Rourke changed his name from Robert, right? Why did Flake not change his name?
He is a flake. I've got nothing good to say about Jeff Flake. He's a phony. He's a hypocrite. He's a moron. This guy, let him run. You won't run. You'll be the laughing stock of anybody.
He was a conservative darling at one point, though. He wasn't always like this. So what happened? Who put what in his water? What else, Jasmine?
Well, the other thing is, I wanted to make an observation. You know, when I went to vote a couple of weeks ago, because I'm an early voter, and I went to vote, and I was astonished at how many pages of people that were running for various
locals
who were running unopposed, and they were all Democrats.
Yeah, well, that's Chicago, right? When you reach that point, it becomes a one-party system. And that's what they're trying to do in Florida. That's what they're trying to do in Arizona. It's what they wanted to do in Texas. And that's what they've done in New York and California. It's now a one-party system.
That's like our friend Martin Church. He ran for state senate in this district, and he knew he was going to lose, but he put his voice out there. He thought he was doing the right thing, the thing God would want him to do. He knew he was going to lose, but still, he put his name on the ballot, gave me somebody to vote for in that spot.
Yeah. What else you got, Jasmine?
Well, I just keep remembering a quote from Archie Bunker, who used to talk about California, and he would always say, What's not fruits and loops is flakes?
Yes.
Fruits, nuts, and chrome. And my
last point was something I read about, I don't know if you're familiar with Alyssa Milano.
Oh, yes.
But she came out and said that if Ruth Bader Ginsburg needed, she would give her kidneys and her
ribs.
Whatever.
Do they do rib transplants? I don't think so.
She's a has-been, right? She's trying to keep her name out there.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And by the way, she also owes a couple $100,000 to the government.
Yes, like all Democrats. They don't want to pay their bills. Great call, Jasmine. I appreciate it.
All right.
Have a good one.
Bye.
All right, and that's the end of the show. Wrapped up another one, just like that.
Yes.
All right. Well, folks, until next week, go to thedailydrift.com and please utilize the advertisers in the current newspaper, COURANTonline.com. Until next week, have a great one.